Hello, Sarah Divinely You here for your full moon in Cancer talk astrology. This is take two because I screwed up the first one, which is fine. Life happens, right? But I'm kind of glad that I can just giggle about it and laugh about it and not be like upset with myself about it. So, before I dive into that full moon, in the description box below, there is a link to the Hearts Unleashed podcast episode that I recorded with Abigail Gazda in the summer of 2021. And I talked about breaking out with your victimhood and really just everything that I had learned from being so victim. I didn't know how victim I was until I started doing healing work, and I started to I actually even did like adult children of alcoholic support for a while. I did not do the 12 steps, but I did go to some of the meetings and really learned a lot about victimhood and what that looks like. So but if you're really interested in learning about breaking up with your victimhood, learning about what it looks like to go from being, you know, everything happening to you to everything happening for you, and learning, your power of choice and your power to be the warrior of your life, go check out that episode. I'm currently at number 9 in her top 20 countdown for 2023. And so you going and listening to it and sharing it boosts me up to close to number 1. So my goal, and so I have until February 1st, before for the final countdown to be for the countdown to be finalized, and then she will start doing her top 20 countdown 20 days before February 28th. So she does the top 20 countdown before she does her season premiere of her podcast. So Hearts Unleashed podcast, it's hosted by Abigail Gazda. She's amazing. It was an amazing episode. I think it's interesting that that episode was recorded in the summer of 2021, and I don't remember if it was recorded at the end of Cancer season or at the beginning of Leo season. But what's interesting is that I'm here to talk about the Cancer full moon. So I thought it was really interesting that the timing of that recording and the topic that I'm talking about today. So let's talk about this Cancer full moon. So this full moon, as it is building up, it is going to square Chiron in Aries, and it is going to trine the South Node in Scorpio. And so, and this will be hours before it makes its full moon peak. And so, what does that mean? To me, that means that we're going to experience a lot of emotional release. Chiron is the wounded healer asteroid, and it just seems so perfect that it's going to square this full moon. It's going to feel a little mucky. It's going to feel a little sticky because it's going to bring up a lot of emotion, and trining the South Node. And the South Node is in Scorpio, and Scorpio is transformation. And so it's really giving us this opportunity to do almost a final release before Mercury, Mars, and Uranus turn direct in the next week and a half. It's also very interesting that we're having this particular full moon with this invitation to release all of these old wounds right as Jupiter is in Aries. And so Jupiter is in Aries once every 12 years. So we've got this sort of opportunity to do this final release with this full moon right as we have this initiating energy before the catapulting change of energy in March that we're going to experience with Saturn moving from Aquarius to Pisces and Pluto moving from Capricorn to Aquarius. So this is such an opportunity. It might feel a little, like I said, it might feel a little sticky. It might feel a little painful. It might feel like you're crying a lot. I always experience a lot of emotion with Cancer. It's kind of why I don't really like Cancer season, but that's okay because it's always for the greater good, right? It's an invitation to do a powerful amount of releasing. However that looks for you, whether that's a burn ceremony, visualizing destruction of karmic contracts, maybe that's taking some action to be done with certain people, places, or things in your life. This could be mindsets, this could be people, this could be belief systems. It's a lot of different things, and we've had so much surface in the last couple of months between Sagittarius and Capricorn season, that this is just really a big opportunity the universe is giving us to transmute, to really release and transmute all of our wounds, so that we're ready for this catapulting energy of Jupiter and Saturn and Pluto making their actions. And then of course the planets going direct. Mercury goes direct on the 12th. Excuse me, I have that wrong. Mars goes direct on the 12th. Mercury goes direct on the 18th, and Uranus will go direct on the 22nd of January. So we've got a lot of this last little bit of this Mount Kilimanjaro climb of release and letting go and really moving into what's in our soul, in our heart's alignment, in our highest good, and all of those things. And so, you know, depending on if you're the full moon peaks at 5-ish, a little after 5 Central Time. So obviously the aspects to Chiron and the aspects to the North Node will occur hours before that, as the moon is building up to this peak. And so, and then immediately after the full moon, the moon will oppose Mercury retrograde in Capricorn. So again, it's this invitation to release. It's an invitation to let go of a lot of old wounding with Chiron there, and with the South Node Scorpio there. So, if you follow my Instagram, Sarah Divinely You on Instagram, I will be doing my live tomorrow talking about releasing and letting go and that kind of thing, like processes and like maybe some ideas or inspiration that can kind of support you and guide you to discovering your own processes for release. So there's lots of different ways you can do that, and I'll talk about that on Fridays Instagram live. So if you're seeing this after the fact, you can still go to my Instagram. That video will be there for you to check out and get some tips, some tricks, some guidance, and hopefully that will be in service of you and supporting you in letting go. But being a water moon, it'll be emotional, but depending on where you are in your journey, and frankly, like whatever your, like I have a water moon, I have a Scorpio moon in my natal chart, so I tend to feel water moons a lot more intense than other people who may not have a water moon in their chart. So there's all that. Let's pull some cards to get you guys some support through all of this. I appreciate you guys for tuning into my videos, your subscriptions to my channel, follows, all of the things. Like I said, please check out that podcast episode and take a listen to it. And yeah, really liked that episode, because breaking up with your victimhood is something that I've like really put a lot into, because I really was breaking up with my own damn victim life to really live in my own power. And so let's see what we get from the Sacral Chakra Oracle deck. And I will laugh if I draw the same cards I drew in my mistake version of this video. Body comfort. I drew this one the last time. Body comfort, yes, because this is an emotional moon, and you're going to be processing a lot of emotions. Really, the invitation is make yourself comfortable. Take a bath, take a walk outside. You know, we're still in Capricorn season, so connecting to the earth is going to be, you know, something that might make you feel better, comforted through all of this. Eat good food, whether that's comfort food or chocolate or whatever. I don't particularly recommend alcohol because that actually sort of numbs you out. It may make you feel good in the moment, but it won't really support the process that we're in right now. Not judging, do what you need to do for you, but it's definitely more of a be kind and generous to your body. Maybe it's stretching, maybe it's doing some light exercise, you know, maybe it's listening to some loud heavy metal and banging your head and doing all those things. You know, it's really, body comfort is going to be different for everyone, but I definitely recommend doing something that makes your body feel better during this full moon cycle that we're going to be in these next couple of days. with all of the aspects that it's making. So I think it's funny that I wondered that when I started to re-record. I'm like, I wonder if I'll draw the same cards. I did put them all back in the deck and reshuffle them and all that. So how funny that the universe still wanted that card pulled. And then we got Spirit Team. Yeah, you're being supported. You've got the support of your spirit guides, of your ancestors, of the people around you, and also choose your people wisely. You really want people who do acknowledge the work that you've done and who do celebrate you. You want to acknowledge your spirit team, whether that's God or the universe or your guardian angels or whatever it may look like for you, but acknowledging that spirit team and really leaning into the guidance that's being provided for you to make some massive shifts before we really hit into this big energy shift in 2023. So definitely lean into that spirit team. Know that they're there. They have all of the love in the world for you. They're ready for you to really step into your own wisdom, your warrior presence, all that. So let's see what's in the Believe in Your Own Magic deck for this full moon. And we got my magnifier. The flower. Be honest with yourself. Okay. Be honest with yourself. Are you really living the life that you want to live? Are you really blossoming into the best version of you? Are you really, be honest with yourself, are you really in a relationship that's loving and passionate and caring and supportive and kind? And that relationship could be with yourself, with your significant other, with friends. This could be really, you're planting seeds that can blossom into something completely different than what you're currently experiencing. But be honest with yourself. Are you really in situations that you want to be in, that are really supporting you in happiness and in joy, in thriving, in becoming the person that you want to be, whatever that looks like for you? Let's pull another one from that deck, just to see if we can get some extra spice on the situation. Let's see if there's one more message from this Believing in Your Own Magic. You are a magical being. We got the final card for this full moon in Cancer is, ooh, I like this one. This is the Throne card. Your potential is limitless or endless. And it's funny because when I did this video the first time, I pulled the Queen card. So obviously there is some great opportunity to release, powerfully release deep into your heart and soul, and release the shit that isn't working. Release the wounds that are no longer in service of you, becoming the individual that you want to be, that you were brought here to be. We were all brought here in this time and space for a unique divine purpose. I wholeheartedly believe that. And this is that welcoming invitation. You have all the support of your guides. The moon in Cancer, it's the moon is home in Cancer. It's the mother, it's maternal, it's nurturing. It wants to support you in letting go of this, whatever idea you thought you needed to be, to really step into this beautiful individual that you were created to be. So I hope you found that to be helpful. I'm sending you a lot of love and a lot of compassion. And I appreciate you for tuning in to my YouTube, my Instagram, wherever you're catching me. And I appreciate you for tuning in to the Hearts Unleashed podcast episode that I did with Abigail, and all the support and love you guys have for me. I appreciate it so much. Thank you, and have a great full moon and a great weekend.